Good morning, students. In previous lecture, we have discussed about examples of exercise 9.3. Now, today we will discuss few important questions of exercise 9.3. Let's discuss examples of exercise we have done already. Now, I think starting questions in which you have to find out from 1 to and about 13th question you can do your own. I think we start from question number 14. I think few questions you have to do your own. Practice part is required. You do your own few questions. Let's do exercise that is 9.3. Now we'll do questions. Let's start from question number 14. Few important questions we will discuss today. Just you have to open the NCERT, read the statement. The statement is the sum of first three terms of a GP is 16 and the sum of next three terms is 128. Determine the first term, the common ratio and the sum of n terms of the GP. Let's start this question. First of all, read the statement carefully and let us assume the GP of the given question is A, AR, AR square, AR cube, and so on. According to the question, it is given to you A plus AR plus AR square is equal to 16 and AR cube plus AR to the power 4 plus AR to the power 5 is equal to 128. This is according to question. You can write like this: according to question, it is given to you. Now you have to solve these two equations. I have told you in previous lectures also, in 10th class we normally add or subtract the equations, but now in class 11th we have started to divide the equations and solve these equations. Now in this equation you can divide this second equation. This is the second equation. This is equation number first. Divide second equation by first equation. What you will get? Left part and right part write separately. A cube plus a to the power 4 plus AR to the power 5 upon A plus AR plus AR square, that is equal to 128 upon 16. That is, I think, 8. And this is, you can write like this. Suppose you have to take common AR cube. You can take common. You will get 1 plus R plus R square. Now in denominator, you can write it taking a common. That is 1 plus R square. That is equal to 8. Now you can cancel it. A by A you can cancel. R cube will be equal to 8 and this 8 can be written as 2 to the power 3. If powers are equal, then what this implies? Bases should be equal. Then the value of R will be equal to 2. Now put this R, put R is equal to 2 in equation. Suppose that equation is first equation. In equation first. That is, that comes out equal to A as it is. 1 plus R square that is equal to 16. That is 7a is equal to 16. What this implies? A is equal to 16 upon 7. The value of a is 16 upon 7. Now you have to find out the sum. Sn is equal to a into r to the power n minus 1 upon r minus 1. This formula you have to apply. Now what is Sn? Sn is equal to a is 16 upon 7 and r to the power n, 2 to the power n, minus 1 upon 2 minus 1, that is 1. Or you can say this is 16 upon 7 into 2 to the power n minus 1. This is answer. Okay, now you can do the question number 14. Now come to the question number. Next, let's see. I think we have to do question number 18. Few questions you have to try your own. I think you can do. Question number 18 is find the sum to n terms of the sequence 8, 88, 888 and so on. Let's start question number 18. Question number 18. Read the statement from NCERT. Don't do question direct, just copying the question. Just don't copy. Open the NCERT and do questions after reading the statement. Statement is, sequence is given 8, 88, 888, 8888 and so on. You have to find out the sum up to n terms. You have to find out the sum up to n terms. It means you want Sn like this. Sn of these up to n terms. Up to n terms you have to get the sum. Okay. Now write it like this. Suppose you are taking 8 common from this statement. If you take 8 common, what you will get? 1 plus 11 plus 111 plus up to n terms. Up to n terms. Now, what is the next step? We discussed this type of example also in the previous lecture. Multiplying and dividing by 9. This is fixed. This pattern is fixed. Now this becomes 9 plus 99 plus 999 plus up to n terms. Up to n terms. Up to n terms. Now it is 8 upon 9. You can write 9 as 10 minus 1, 99 as 100 minus 1, and 999 1000 minus 1 up to n terms. Okay. Now Sn is equal to 8 upon 9. 8 upon 9. Collect the terms, first term from each group. What you will get? That is 10 plus 100 can be written as 10 square and 1000 can be written as 10 cube up to n terms. This is the first group. And the second term of the group is what? 1, taking minus and common. 1 plus 1 plus 1 up to n terms. Up to n terms. Now, what is the next? That is 8 upon 9. And you can see here that statement 10, 10 square, 10 cube. When you get the ratio of the term, this is an GP. This is GP. If it is GP, then what? You can Now apply the formula of sum of n terms of GP. That is equal to 10 into 10 to the power n minus 1, because R is 10, A is 10. This is 10 minus 1 in denominator. And this statement is here 1 is added n times. So what? This is n times. When you are adding n times, it means 1 into n. 1 into n means this is n only. So what is the formula? You applied GP formula, you have applied, and here you have applied 1 into n. Now question's answer will be what? 8 upon 9 into 10 into 10 to the power n minus 1 in 10 minus 1 can be written as 9 minus n. This is the answer. You can multiply this by this 8 upon 9 to the inner statement and you will get the answer after simplification. Now come to the next. Which one question we have to do now further? Now question number, we have to do question number 20. Let's do question number 20. What is the statement? Read the statement. Show that the products of the corresponding terms of the sequence is A, comma, AR square up to AR to the power n minus 1. And second sequence is A, capital A is there, capital AR square, and up to capital A, capital R to the power n minus 1. Form a GP. Find the common ratio. Find the common ratio. Show that the product of the corresponding terms of the sequence, the first sequence and second sequence, form a GP. It means you have to multiply the corresponding terms. It means we have to multiply A by capital A, small AR, capital AR square, you have to multiply. So new sequence will be what? New sequence will be AR. Next will be small AR, capital AR. Next small AR square, capital AR square, and so on. Last one will be AR to the power n minus 1 into capital AR to the power n minus 1. This form and GP, it means that we have to get the ratio. We have to get the ratio. It means second term divided by first term. That will be equal to second term divided by first term. What you will get? That is AR, A capital, and this is small AR, A into capital A. What you are getting? Only A and capital R. Sorry, R and capital R. When you divide third term by second term, it means the sequence that is AR square, capital AR square upon small AR, capital AR. What you will get? Again you are getting small r, capital R. What is this? Both are same. It means ratio is same. Ratio is same. If the consecutive terms have same ratio, what this implies? The sequence is GP. Sequence will be GP, geometrical progression. Okay. Now you can do the question. Now do the question number next. That we will do question number. Let's do question number 22. Let's do question number 22. Read the statement of question number 22. That is, if Pth and Qth and Rth terms of the GP are A, B and C respectively, prove that a to the power Q minus R b to the power r minus p, and c to the power p minus q equal to 1. Let's start. According to question, what is given to you? According to question, it is given pth term. What is the rth term? What is a rth term? A r to the power n minus 1. Nth term, general term is a r to the power n minus 1. This is a general term. If you want pth term, as you read the statement, in the statement small abc are given to you. So when you take first term, then you have to take first term as capital A. First term of the sequence will be capital A, and ratio you will take, that is equal to capital R, because small a and small r are given in the statement. So according to question, now pth term will be a r to the power p minus 1, that is small p minus 1 will be equal to a, and qth term, that is equal to b, and rth term is equal to c. This is according to question. Now what you have to do, it is given to you, prove that it is given, prove that, what to prove that a to the power q minus r, b to the power r minus p into c to the power p minus q will be equal to 1. When I take left hand side of this statement, then I can put here the value of a, b and c. What is the value of a? That is a r to the power p minus 1, and whole power is q minus r. What is b? B is capital A r to the power q minus 1 whole power r minus p. What is the value of c? Capital A r to the power small r minus 1 and whole power p minus q. Now you can simplify it. How you can simplify it? When you do simplification, it will comes, this becomes, after simplification, a, all are in multiplication. When you take power of a, all bases are same, then power will be added. Then a to the power what? Q minus r plus r minus p plus p minus q. When bases are same, power should be added. A to the power q minus r, a to the power r minus p, q, a to the power p minus q. So these all are cancelled, and r to the power p minus 1 into q minus r, and here is again base same, you can add the powers, then it is q minus 1 into r minus p, and plus sign r minus 1 into p minus q. Now when you simplify all these powers of r, then you will get a to the power 0 and r to the power also 0. Simplify your own. Multiply these terms and add them, you will get all cancelled terms. It means a to the power 0 and r to the power 0. This is equal to 1, and this is what? This is the right hand side. This simplification you will do your own. Simplify the power of r. Your own. Do your own. Okay. You will get r to the power 0. All terms in the power of r cancelled each other, and you will get r to the power 0. Now come to the next question. Do question number next. That is question number, let's do question number 23. Question number 23. Read the statement of question number 23. If the first and the nth term of GP are A and B respectively, and P is the product of n terms, prove that P square is equal to AB whole power n. It means here GP is given, first term, let's write down. First term is given that is equal to small a, and last term is given, that is b. And let's write down the GP. GP will be a, ar square, ar cube, and so on, up to what? Up to n terms, ar to the power n minus 1. The common ratio will be equal to what for this GP? Common ratio will be equal to small r. Okay. Now here P is the product of n terms. Product of n terms. It means we are multiplying the terms a into ar square, multiplying the terms up to ar to the power n minus 1. When we multiply the terms, it means what? A, how many times this a occur? It comes out n times. It means I can write a to the power n. This r, bases are same. You can write it like this: 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to what? Up to n minus 1 power. That is just given the power of r. Now you can see here a to the power n, r to the power. This is AP. This is an AP. And you know how to add the terms of AP? Applying the formula of, sum formula of the terms. What is the formula of sum? That is Sn in AP. You can add the terms up to n terms. Sn is equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into t. Now here number of time n is equal to n minus 1 here. And what is a? A is equal to 1. And what is d? D is 1. Put the values and you will get r to the power, that will be n into n minus 1 upon 2. You will get this one. Now you want square. If p square you want to calculate, it means what? Squaring both sides. Squaring both sides. What you will get? That is a to the power 2n. And when you take square of this 2 will be cancelled by the power 2, then it is n into n minus 1. And you can write it like this: a to the power 2, r to the power n minus 1, and whole power n. A square r to the power n minus 1 whole power n, because n power is there in both the terms. A and r both are having this. And what is the way to write next further? That is a into a r to the power n minus 1. You can write like this. You can split this a square into 2 parts. And this is a as it is. And what is this? This is the last term. As you know, this last term is given, it is b. So you can write it b whole power n. So what? This is the right hand side and left hand side both are equal. This implies that the left hand side both sides are equal. Okay. Yes, it is given p square is equal to ab whole power n. You have taken here the side, that is left hand side, both sides are, this is the right hand side, both sides are, you have proved, hence both are equal. Now come to the next question. Let's do question number 27. Let's do question number 27. Question number 27 is, find the value of n so that a to the power n plus 1 plus b to the power n plus 1 upon a to the power n plus b to the power n may be the geometrical mean between a and b. Let's write a to the power n plus 1 plus b to the power n plus 1 divided by a to the power n plus b to the power n, that is equal to geometrical mean of two numbers a and b. This is the geometrical mean of two numbers a and b. Now here you can write this like this: a to the power 1 by 2, b to the power 1 by 2. It is goes right like this. Now cross multiplication take place. What you will get? A to the power n plus 1 plus b to the power n plus 1 is equal to a to the power half b to the power half into a to the power n plus b to the power n. Now simplify it. What you will get? This is a to the power n plus 1 plus b to the power n plus 1 is equal to, multiply this by a to the power n. What you will get? A to the power n plus half and b to the power half plus a to the power half and b to the power n plus half. Now collect the terms of this first term and this first term. What you will get? A to the power n plus 1 minus a to the power n plus half b to the power half is equal to a to the power half b to the power n plus half minus b to the power n plus 1. Now take common. Which one is a minimum power? A to the power n plus half is minimum of a to the power n plus 1 and a to the power n plus half. This is a to the power half minus b to the power half. How you will get it? A is having power n plus 1. When you're taking n plus half power common, it means minus 1, n and minus half. You are getting a to the power half. Similarly, b to the power half. Here it is k common b to the power n plus half. Again, you are getting a to the power half minus b to the power half. What you are getting now? You are getting the value of this, both are cancelled, and you are getting a upon b to the power n plus half is equal to 1. This 1 can be written as a upon b whole power 0. It is a requirement of the question. So what? The bases are same, then powers should be equated. So what? The value of n will be equal to minus half. This is the solution and it is the answer of the question. The value of n is minus half. Okay. Now come to the question number 28. The question number 28 is question number 28. The sum of two numbers is 6. Sum of two numbers is 6 times its geometrical mean. Okay. Let numbers are A and B. Now, according to question, the sum of the numbers, it means A plus B is equal to 6 times of under the root AB. Now, what you have to prove? You have to show that, what to show? A upon B, ratio of the numbers is equal to 3 plus 2 root 2 upon 3 minus 2 root 2. This is you have to show. Now let's start the question. Now you can write this question like this. This question is like this. Suppose this is A plus B is equal to 3 multiplied by 2 root AB. You can write this line. Now you can rearrange the statement like this. Shift the 2 root AB to the denominator of left hand side, and this is 3 upon 1. Now I think you have studied the method that is componendo and dividendo rule. The componendo and dividendo rule, you have to applying here, I have to write down, apply C and D, componendo and dividendo rule. In this method, you have to add denominator in numerator. I have added, and subtract and write in the denominator. means n plus d upon n minus d. Numerator plus denominator and numerator minus denominator in denominator. Here again in right hand side also you have to do the same like this. Now you can write this like root a square plus root b square minus 2 root a into root b, and this is upon root a square plus root b square. Here is plus sign, okay, minus 2 root a root b is equal to, that is 4 upon 2, you can write it as 2 like this. Now you can observe here in the left hand side what you can write here, a square plus b square plus 2ab, you can write it like this. You can write like this, root a plus root b whole square upon root a minus root b whole square, that is equal to 2 upon 1. Now if you eliminate this square, it means you have to take square root both side. It means taking square root both side. Taking square root, it means what? You will get root a plus root b upon root a minus root b will be equal to root 2 upon 1. Now again apply C and D. Again apply C and D. So what? Numerator plus denominator, root a plus root b plus root a minus root b. Added and now subtracted, root a plus root b minus root a. Change the sign. It is root 2 plus 1, root 2 minus 1. You have to apply both sides. Now what is cancelled? This b is cancelled, here a is cancelled, root a. 2 times of root a upon 2 times of root b, 2 is again cancelled. It is root 2 plus 1 upon root 2 minus 1. But requirement is what? A upon b. It means still it is left. You have to squaring both sides now. Squaring both sides. Now squaring both sides. So what? Root a upon root b becomes a upon b, and root 2, this is b. Root 2 plus 1 whole square upon root 2 minus 1 whole square. Now a upon b will be equal to, when you open the square, 2 plus 1 plus 2 root 2. This is 2 plus 1 minus 2 root 2. This is a upon b is equal to 3 plus 2 root 2. And this is 3 minus 2 root 2. This is the answer. You can do the question number 28. Now come to the question number, let's see, next question, which we have to discuss now further. I think you have to try next further few questions, you have to try your own. Do exercise and try questions. If you have any doubt, then you can discuss with me on WhatsApp as well as on a comment box. Thank you. Have a nice day. Have a knowledgeable day.